Hello, this is Marion Rose coming to you from our small little town of St. Thomas, Ontario. I am coming on today just in the hopes of sharing best practices, as I know many of you are doing these days, and just wanted to show some of the things that our office has been doing over the last 7 years to attract the luxury client and group business, and hoping that this might help some other fellow travel entrepreneurs out there. I'm just going to share my screen with the presentation that I have got in regards to turning your passion into profits. As I say, I honestly am just like you. I have owned this little travel agency in our small town of 35,000 people for the last 33 years. We opened in 1988, handwriting first-class tickets for business travelers. We serviced a lot of the local factories, the Ford Motor Companies and the Clark Equipments, and worked with the travel executives to get their hotels and car rentals set up. And we were making 13% commission on those tickets, delivering them to our business travelers, leaving every Sunday night or Monday morning, coming back every Friday evening. And that turned into a little bit more of a leisure business as well, as we got some of their vacation travel and word spread. So when we opened in 1988, there were 7 other agencies here in our little town, and there are now 2. Yeah, we've just progressed like many of you have from, the age of the internet, when things seemed impossible to consider going on in business, and many people really thought that we died off. They started booking their vacations online, and if they were coming into our office, they'd actually been to 6 of the other agencies in town that were giving them a 5% discount and asking us to give a 6% discount, and how that all ended up. And from there, we also were selling Las Vegas tickets for $99, and we'd keep records of people who wanted to go when it was on sale, and we'd call them up and so excited to help them, and they'd come in and think about it and have to go home and talk to their wives and come back the next day, and it was a whole new ball game. We'd have to get on the phone again and start right from square one, and we were pleased to do it, in the hopes that they would come back and book their round the world cruise, which never, ever, ever happened. So we do that making less than $10. And again, that is how we survived, with the down and dirty. But to be honest, we would go home deflated, exhausted, burnt out. And to be honest, we really didn't want to continue in our business in that frame of mind. I had 6 other associates, and we were all just really deciding whether we were going to stay in the business or not. And it was at that time that I had been doing a little bit of personal development and taking some courses, and I actually hired a coach in the travel industry, which helped me to understand the importance of specializing and of up-leveling our office. So we actually did that. We moved our office physically right next door into the adjoining location that had been empty, and we completely up-leveled. We made private offices for each of the advisors with doors on each of the offices, and we made it really slick and modern with leather furniture and a cappuccino maker, and very inviting for people who wanted to come in and spend money. They knew they were in the right place. When we did this move, I said to my other fellow associates that from there on, once we moved over, I was only going to be working by appointment, which flabbergasted most of them, and said, because we're in a walk-in plaza, that was not going to work. There was no way that people were going to make appointments, as they were just here at the mall. They'd stop in and chat and just talk to us about what was going on in their lives, many times not interested in necessarily booking travel, but just checking in with us. If they were at the dentist office next door, they'd stop in to say hi, and that was kind of the norm. And to be honest, once we started working by appointment, we actually trained our customer that that was the way it was going to work. I hired an administrator, and she was sitting at the front desk. So she was the first point of contact, answering all the phones and qualifying clients as to whether the specializations that we were in fit their needs, and set up appointments. And now, to be honest, 7 years later, that is the only way that we work, is by appointment. And it really is a wonderful way to be able to focus on our business. And so I'm just going to speak a little bit about the mindset of what it takes to specialize, which meant giving away clients that didn't fit our niche. It meant setting boundaries around our time and appointments. And it meant understanding our own value. And that really is the biggest thing. Is it was a mindset shift for each of us. And we had to appreciate the value that we came to for our clients, to be able to actually charge our fees up front and be 100% confident in that conversation. So that's where it started for us. As I say, now each one of us are completely specialized, work by appointment, we've set boundaries. And again, the mindset is that we can offer our clients something that they can't find on the internet, and we save them time, and we can verbally communicate the value of ourselves before they come into the office, so that when they do arrive, they are willing to make a commitment. So I've called the program S.O.A.R. We learned how to soar, meaning we specialize, each one of us niched into a particular area. We over deliver in the services that we offer. As I say, we hired administrators, and we now have 2 administrators, one for the entire office and one that works just specifically with the destination wedding department. And we have Raving Fans. So that's the S.O.A.R. of S.O.A.R. And that, in my opinion, is the secret to success moving forward post-COVID. In regards to specializing, experts make more money. The riches are in the niches. And that is so true in so many areas. Doctors, a general surgeon or a general practitioner makes far less money than a surgeon does. And there are many vocations in which the specialists are definitely the ones that people are happy to spend their money with and feel a comfort level in doing that. So what we had to do in regards to specializing was understanding who our customer was and what they needed, where they were hanging out, where they were traveling. And we called that creating our avatar. So we actually, we have specialists in destination weddings. We have specialists in adventure travel. We have specialists in cruising, river cruising, and luxury travel. And we have our own avatar, or our family of avatars that would be our ideal customers. Once we understood who we were marketing to, and that we were no longer being everything to everyone, we actually were giving away business. We decided to no longer sell domestic travel. We weren't doing Las Vegas anymore, or Disney, or anything within North America. We were only working within our niches. So that meant, honestly, firing clients, which I know that's hard to hear, and that's not something that many of us wish to do now in this day and age. But trust me, there is so much business coming to us that is something that we're going to have to do. We're going to have to give away the business that does not suit us and does not light us up. There are other agencies, and as I say, in our small town, there's an agency that does specialize in domestic travel and in airline tickets. So we're happy to pass those customers down the road to our fellow agency and just work completely with the customers that light us up. And you honestly have to do that. You have to make space for these luxury clients, for these groups to come to you. And if you're working on, a domestic ticket that needs changes, and you have to tell them about the baggage allowance and about the change fees and about the insurance and so many things just with selling a domestic ticket. And I'm not here to suggest that you take that stance in your business, but it's just an idea of what you could do. So once you know who your ideal customer is and you've decided what your passion is and that you're going to specialize in, you want to make sure you've got what I call a core compelling message, or your elevator speech, just so you can speak to the people that you want to service. And you market to those people. So you're not putting out sales on a Carnival 3 or 4 night cruise. You're putting out luxury safari or information about the overwater bungalows in Tahiti. You're marketing to the people that you want to attract, and then they know that you exist and they know where to find you. So our agency decided specifically on luxury in groups. And again, the third piece, or the final piece, which should really be the very first piece of specializing, is charging your worth. So the value that you provide. You don't have to know if you're not selling cruises. You can delete all those emails that have to do with cruises. Or if you're not selling ITC packages, you don't have to know all of that information. You can specifically focus on what you offer, and you can charge your worth. And by setting up appointments, again, that allows you to have the information for your qualified clients when they come in. And to be honest, people do not blink when you tell them what your professional fees are and you charge them up front. They understand your value and they're happy to pay it. I know that there are many people that will debate this with me, but we've been doing this for 7 years, and the people who do debate it are not our ideal customers. The O in S.O.A.R, again, is over deliver. So what we do in regards to over delivering is playing the part. If you want to attract a luxury customer, you have to be in an environment that oozes luxury. You want to dress the part. You want to feel the part. You need to be able to talk the language. You want to make your advertising beautiful as well. If, again, you're attracting luxury clients, they're only going to be interested in seeing things that are beautiful. We have drip campaigns for our groups and for even our river cruises and our safaris. If they're booking a year ahead of time, they don't want to just come in, pay a deposit, and not hear from you for 3 or 4 months. Our drip campaigns go out to them possibly with thank you boxes, but it's information to keep them excited about what they're planning, where they're going, what they're doing. And that's very easy to do with a number of programs. We send out a newsletter to keep them up to date on what's going on in the office. Another way we over deliver, and it's so easy to do, is sending out VIP upgrade letters for our destination weddings or our honeymooners. We like to let the resort know ahead of time that these special clients are coming to them. And to be honest, the resorts and the hoteliers are happy to arrange for any special upgrades that they can. So when we send these letters ahead of time, we often copy our clients as well, and they're ecstatic to feel so special that we've taken the time to do that. We've got special programs that we can set up, itineraries in their handheld devices like UMapped and Travefy, so that they can see what the weather is going to be like. They can take pictures on these apps. They can do up photo albums. It links them right to their airline reservations. They see their seat assignments. They get updates if there's any changes to the flight times, and lots of other features on these maps. There's also welcome homes, of course, that we do, and thank yous when they come back, and often a referral program as well. The A again in S.O.A.R is assistance. So as I have mentioned previously, we have 2 assistants here in our office, and we will not go back. But honestly, my life is so much easier now that I've set boundaries with my clients. I used to work 7 days a week doing my accounting and bookkeeping and cleaning. I've now hired all of that out to someone who loves doing all of those things. So just like you don't have to work with everyone, you also don't have to do everything. Decide what doesn't light you up, what you're not good at. And to be honest, there are so many people out there looking for a career in travel that like doing the things that you don't. So hire an assistant and hire them before you can afford them, because you are going to be selling and you need to have systems in place to be able to have an administrator to help you out. As I say, you don't have to be everything to everybody. When you set boundaries around your time, you can go home just excited that you've serviced your ideal customer and you've provided something that they wouldn't have known about had they not seen you or heard about you. The R in Raving Fans pertains to not only your clients, because your clients will be sending you testimonials after you made all these special arrangements for them and offered them special services. And they'll also be referring you. But as I say, the Raving Fans are not just your clients, they're your suppliers. Another big piece of our move when we moved into the office next door and up leveled our services was understanding that our suppliers and the airlines were not at fault. We decided to stop the blame game, as we had been doing for many, many years, is suggesting that it was always somebody else's fault when things went wrong, when airlines went on strike, when clients got bumped to another resort. These things happen, but to be honest, since we have up-leveled our system, they happen much, much less. And again, I don't want to get too woo-woo on you, but what you put out is what comes back to you. And if you can love on your suppliers as well as your clients and your fellow travel entrepreneurs, like we've all been doing this last year, I think I've been able to meet so many more fellow travel advisors in the last year's time, just in our advocacy work. And we know we are in this together as an industry. We want to come back strong and we want each other to excel. We don't consider anyone our competition. We are all in this collaborating and sharing our best practices so that we can help each other through this. There is going to be so much business. It's not just a piece of the pie that we have to have, and if we don't get it, that there isn't an abundance of more clients coming to us. So our Raving Fans are not just our clients. They are people who come in just from word of mouth, that they understand that they're going to be looked after. Our suppliers are also happy because we treat them with respect and they in turn to us. So I love the Henry Ford's saying, you've all heard it before, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. This is all mindset. And if you don't believe that this can work and you want to debate charging fees because you don't have the customer base, or you live in a small town, or people don't have the money, please put that out of your mind. People do have the money, especially now. They've been waiting over a year, sometimes 2 years, for an amazing travel experience. And they're looking for a travel professional that wants to work with them and can offer them the best of the best, which you can. It is a mindset It is all available if you choose. Thank you so much for the opportunity to allow me to present my program, which again is called S.O.A.R. And I do just want to tell you the reason that I came up with S.O.A.R as an acronym. My mentor often speaks to the fact that, like an arrow, we have this last year been pulled back. When you put the arrow in the bow, you pull it back and the tension becomes more and more and more and more. And I believe that's the case this year. We've had so much tension and the arrow is flowing and pulling and pulling and pulling. But as soon as we can let go of that arrow, we are all going to soar. And it is in letting go and surrendering that I believe that that is going to happen. So if you can focus forward, believe that this is the time that you can adjust your office and your mindset. You can figure out what lights you up, who you want to work with. You can market to those people, and trust me, they are looking for you and they are going to be knocking at your door. I wish you continued success. I wish you inspiration and motivation to get through this time, this moment in time that we've all had to deal with. But trust me, there is so much abundance on the other side. I promise you, we are all going to get through it, and life is going to be better and brighter than we ever could have imagined. Thanks so much for watching. And if you've got any questions, please reach out to me anytime. I'm thrilled to share what we've been doing, and I'm so interested in hearing your tips on what works for you. If we all continue to share, we're going to get to the other side. Thanks again.